Good afternoon, dear family and friends. We are talking about the home selling process. We're actually, this will be our last video in the home selling process. And the step that we're covering today is after the inspection and the contract signing, the buyer's bank is going to order the appraisal and also is going to issue what is called the commitment letter. So we're gonna give access to the appraiser. The appraiser is gonna come and they're not gonna do an inspection, but they are going to come and measure the property. They're gonna take a look at the condition of the property. If there's 4 bedrooms, there should be 4 bedrooms. If there's 2 bathrooms, 2 bathrooms. That all the kitchen components are in working order, and then the appraiser is going to write up a report, and that report is going to be sent to the buyer and the buyer's attorney. Now, 3 things can happen at this stage. The property can come in at contract price, no problem, moving forward at full speed. The property can come in above asking price, and when that situation happens, it's only beneficial for the buyer, because that only means that the buyer is purchasing a property with equity. It doesn't do anything to us. It doesn't do anything to you, because we are in a contract, and the contract is a binding legal document that says that as long as the buyer gets a mortgage for that contract price, then we are going to move forward. But what about if the appraisal comes in lower than the contract price? At that point, you can choose to honor that appraisal. We can challenge the appraisal, and the bank might need to order a new appraisal. You might choose to back out of the transaction and no longer sell the house, or the buyer might decide to walk away from the house unless we renegotiate the terms, and that means meeting them halfway or coming out of pocket to fulfill the difference in the contract. Whatever the case is, we're gonna have the attorneys and the agents, we're gonna have a conversation on the best way to address whichever one of those situations is. And this is, when it comes in short, is the only time that we really need to renegotiate. In the other 2 occasions, everything moves forward at traditional speed. Then after the appraisal is done, the appraiser is going to send the report to the bank, and the bank is going to issue the commitment letter. Now, once we have a commitment letter, now we know that you, my dear seller, you have a foot almost out the door. At that point, you need to have a place where you're going. If we're not under contract to purchase another house, then at least we need to know when we're going to be signing a lease agreement for your next home. And the bank after that is going to be probably in about, if you're using a lender, a mortgage lender, very important. If the buyer is using a mortgage lender, then it's going to be about 2 to 3 weeks before they schedule the closing. So it's pretty much pretty tight. It's like one thing and then right the other. So we're also going to cover the closing and the walkthrough. So the day of closing, we're gonna provide access to the buyer. By then, the property is vacant. You have already moved out, and if you have not moved out, you're probably in the process of picking up the last pieces of furniture or suitcases, whatever the case is. You're gonna hand over this house broom sweep, and the buyer is gonna come in and do what is called the walkthrough. They're gonna come and see that the property still is in the same condition as they saw it the last time, which was the day of the inspection. If there were any repairs due to be made, this is a time when all those repairs should have been done. And this is the day that we are going to close on the house. This is the day that you get paid, and this is the day that the buyer gets in debt. Pretty much, that's the way it is. The buyer is going to sign up tons of documents. You're going to sign up tons of documents. Your attorney is going to give you certain legal advice, and if they're going to give you the breakdown of what's being paid out of the proceeds of the closing, how much money you're going to be finally netting. All those figures Many times you won't have them till the morning of or a couple of hours off before the closing, just because the buyer attorney and your attorney, everybody has to do different calculations, and the bank also has to provide different calculations. But that day is the day you close a chapter of your life and you move on into the new chapter of your life. Like I said, whether that is going into a rental or buying another property, upgrading, downgrading, we're going to be right there with you the day of closing. We're there with you till the very last step of the process. Thank you so much for watching this entire home selling series. Give us a call. We're ready to list your home, and we're ready to tackle into all the steps that we need to do in order to successfully net you the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. If you like this video, do me a favor and share it. Thank you for watching.